Da, da, da. What was that countdown? Holy cow! It's episode 476. We're going to be doing a video response for Mr. Fisherbike across the bay. Well, that's not, he's just Mr. Fisherbike, but he lives across the bay.
Yeah.
And this is going to be all about vintage.
And this is where I leave.
This is where he leaves.
See
Be
ya.
right back. We are back, and I am MP Fox, and this empty space over here is MC Fox. He, once again, is not big into vintage. Actually, when does vintage start for you, or end for you?
Like 2014.
2014? So anything before 2014 is vintage. I suppose he could have picked something up before 2014. But this is a video response for Mr. Fisherbike. I will tell you this, there is some sweet vintage cards at the end of this video. We just got back from Baltimore a couple days ago, and we were at the Babe Ruth Museum, and there was some sweet baseball cards there. So there might be some stuff that you've never seen on the end of this video. It's well worth, well, I'd probably fast forward it and not listen to me. But what does Mr. Fisherbike want to see? Well, he wants us to show, video response only, and that's what this is, 10 vintage cards. They don't have to be the most expensive. They don't have to be the most beautiful. They just have to be 10 cards that mean something to us. And that's what I did. These are not the most expensive vintage cards, but there's a little story behind some of them, and other ones I just think are really cool. So I think that these 10 are going to go ahead and fill out the criteria. So starting off at starting off at number 10, it's a 1952. Now, the reason why I'm showing this card, A, it's gorgeous, and B, this is the very first slabbed card that I ever had purchased, got in my possession. It's a 1952. Shout out to Mike O and Wesker Griff and Ray from Philly. It is a Richie Ashburn. Now, that is a gorgeous card. There's a little glarage in there. But yes, I think this is absolutely gorgeous. Doesn't matter what the grade is to me. It's just that the card's in here. This is when I have a representation of every year's worth of Topps cards in a slab. And this is the Richie Ashburn. And I think this is sweet. So it only can go up from here, right? I love the green, the contrast with the red hat. Great looking card. The next one is also a slabbed card. Actually, I've got a few slabs, a bunch not slabbed. This is a 1957 Topps. And I love the 57 Topps just for the simplicity of it. But it's a Don Blasingame. Again, another gorgeous card. I love the pose. He's a second baseman for the St. Louis Cardinals. Again, absolutely think this is a gorgeous card and a gorgeous set. So this is number 9, Mr. Don, the Don. Coming on at number 8, we're jumping from the 50s to the 60s. Not the most gorgeous type of card, but I love this card, and for some reason this one just means something to me. It's the Gil Hodges, not because I'm from New York and not because I'm a big Dodgers fan or anything, but Gil Hodges I think was underrated for so long. Finally got more love in the hobby and in the sport, but he just got that grumpy manager look at this point. This is a 1968 Topps. He was manager of those Mets, those stinking Mets. We've got another, we're still in the 60s for this next one. This is one of the most ugly, I think, sets that Topps ever put out, but for some reason I just absolutely love it. You're going to look at this card. I've shown this card before. It's kind of funny. It's a 1961 Bob Schmidt for the San Francisco Giants. Right, John. Now, why do I have this card over any other card from the 60s that I have here? The reason I have this card is when I was just a wee little boy, I stole this card from my uncle, and I remember just coveting it and hoarding it, and I have no idea why. I thought it was so cool back then, and it means something special to me. It actually is still in the office here, and I still have it within hand's reach. I probably always will have it. It is the 1961 Bob Schmidt. Now we're moving back into the 50s, and we're not in Topps anymore. This is a 1950 Bowman card of a player that I absolutely love the history of. And this is Larry Doby. It's a 1950 Bowman. And I think it's absolutely gorgeous in his little batter's pose there. I'll have to do something with the lighting in the future here. I'm not a big fan. What was it? What are we? Oh, we're seeing the screen. I thought we might have been looking at the TV in the other room through the void. But yep, that is my number 6 card. It is the 1950 Larry Doby. And one catcher to another. The next one is a 1956 Yogi Berra. I absolutely love that little action shot here on the 56. And you gotta love some Yogi. I gained much respect after a couple years ago I read the biography of Yogi Berra. Now, I'm not a Yankees fan, but as I say, love the player, hate the team. But I have an exception to the rule with a lot of these Yankee greats. Once you're retired, I like you again. Like with Derek Jeter and Bernie Williams and guys like that. While they were playing, I wasn't a big fan, but once they retired, I really liked them. Now we're going from the 50s, 15 years earlier, to the 40s. And this is a 1941 play ball, and this is a Charlie Gehringer. And this is the only play ball card that I have. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. And it does have a little wear and tear on the back there, as you see, little papers torn off. What is that? I'm getting summoned from the side. Okay, well, come in here and we will show it.
It's a vintage video.
I know, it's a vintage video. Here's another vintage guy of a can of beer that I just opened up at Camden Yards on Saturday night. It's Eddie, you know what, Murray.
Okay, Mike.
Actually, that beer was pretty good. So from a local brewery there. The night before, they were giving some people guff on Friday night that they were taking empty cans out, and I said, I got to take an empty can home. So he took it on Saturday. We're down to number 3. My number 3 card is a 1956 as well. I love those action shots in the corner there. Oh, I need to put this in a new top loader, it looks like. Oh, yes, there is some funky on this, but it's a 1956 Washington Senators. Actually, it's the Washington Nationals. Harmon Killebrew. You all know we love some Killebrew in this house. And again, it's a gorgeous card. A young Harmon Killebrew. Now we're down to 2 of my favorite all-time cards that I have. Again, these are not the most expensive cards in the world, but I absolutely love them. This first one is a 1952 Topps, and it is a Monty Irvin card. Yep. I absolutely love some Monty Irvin. I like a lot of these 50s, as you see, and it's because of the players. I play a lot of like baseball simulation games, cards and dice, and I love playing the 1950s. So that's how I got to be such a big fan of this gentleman here. My number 1 card, and I have shown this one in the past. I showed it when I first got it years ago. And I first saw it, I believe Cuban Collector had it, and I saw it, and I loved it, and I bought it. And it's got some soft corners. It's centered really well. It is a 1953 Bowman, and those are gorgeous cards from beginning to end, every single one. But this is the Bowman Mini Minoso, Orestes Minoso. I've just always loved that card since the moment I got it. It was been sitting in the living room on the shelf in a stand, and that is his perch. So there we go, Jason. Those are my 10. Now stick around after this video. I'm going to show another little short video from the Babe Ruth Museum of some absolutely gorgeous cards, including a couple of Ruths, a 52 mantle, some autographs, a bunch of really cool stuff. So until next time, I happen to be, I don't know why I clapped right there, MP Fox.
MC Fox!
And this is MC Fox coming around the corner because the vintage is done.
Yeah!
So we'll see you next time. Peace!
See ya!
Well, all of that after that Babe Ruth video.
Woo!
The Ban Alders Terrors Act of 1911, which removed the ban of inserts from packs of tobacco, enabled cigarette manufacturers to embed baseball cards in cigarette packs less than 7 pounds. 524 cards were produced, including the finest Magna Carta, once considered the Mona Lisa of baseball.
Around that time, also once derived
You don't know who half of those people are?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Cool cards, though, no?
Yeah. Yeah!